Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the.
Hello, LG, and welcome to episode 3 of LGAHL Rink Talk. I'm your host, Dunks. You'll see that we have a familiar face from past seasons with us today. My good friend Garis 93 here to bring his awkward jokes and, great smile, but we're glad he's here. Sean, how are you, buddy?
Don't forget my big nose, too.
How could I forget? I'm sorry.
I'm doing pretty fantastic. We're actually doing pretty well as a team. Getting carried by Casey and Horvat, but, numbers say more points than Dang, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, I also get carried, but defensively by our other panel member today, Jesse. How you doing, buddy?
Oops, I didn't unmute it. Sorry. Great. How are you?
Same old, same old. It's Thursday. I had to work today. I got to work tomorrow, and even though I don't want to, so hopefully get through the weekday and then party hard. You guys got any plans this weekend? No? Yeah.
No, I have to work. My birthday is Tuesday.
Happy birthday, Sean!
I know. As I will not be playing LG that night. I actually am available for that, but I'm not being scheduled. Wink, wink, hint, hint, teams that we're playing. But I celebrate my birthday on the 4th. So it's like, why celebrate my birthday? I don't know. And plus, I'm doing something the night before my birthday, so it's like, I don't know, but I have to work this weekend, so.
So your birthday is the 3rd, technically, right?
Yeah, and we celebrate it the 4th. As people who know my birthday now, you can all send me gifts and everything like that. Or you can stalk me like other LG members have to other people.
Oh, Jesus. Can we not do that right now? Can we not?
I don't want to get banned because, anything I say will get twisted and try to get banned because we're 22-5 because people are jealous of how good our roster is.
Here we go. All right. Sean is just really bringing the heat today. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Oh, no, I have a bigger platform to spew my hatred, so...
Bigger platform than your music power rankings.
Yeah.
Which...
be straightforward rather than...
Yeah. By the way, the music power rankings are killer. I've really enjoyed them this season.
If you're interested, I'll post them last week's. I just had a really busy week, so I'll post last week's for sometime in the near future. And I'll resume them next week as I'm doing Dink Talk this week, or Rink Talk this week.
Let's do it. Definitely, I would post it from last week, and then we'll do. You're doing Dink Talk this week. I do like Dink Talk better than Rink Talk. And then we'll resume. You said after week 4.
Yep.
All right, so everybody keep an eye out for that because that's pretty awesome. One thing I do want to talk about on the show, at which I can't respond to anything in the forums, as everybody knows, because I'm on a chat mute. So what I do want to talk about is what the fuck is MJ23's deal? I can't talk in the chat, so I obviously can't say anything about it.
He has this tinfoil hat on.
I just feel like it's the same people. And it was hilarious. Did you guys see Fox's thread he made today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of him and all of his posts.
Yeah, I thought that was like a perfect example of MJ23 and like what he brings to LG. Pretty much nothing.
We have Brody on our team. We're pretty much invincible. I mean, even though he yells at us on a daily basis.
Dude, he ripped me apart for the
yeah,
he was not happy.
I'm kind of glad that I don't play with him because he would just rip me a new asshole every game. So,
I mean,
he still rips you an asshole when he's playing with us. He always says, "Oh, Garis would have done that instead." It's fucking hilarious.
Well, I'm leading the team in
funny.
points right now, and we're on the least stressful line on the team. So I think that's like the best.
Ours is only stressful because of fucking Dangs. That's all.
Well, I mean, Horvat, Casey's just laughs all the time, and he's like, "Oh man, that's so funny, man." And then Horvat's like, "Oh fuck, I should have done that." And then I'm just like, "Oh, whatever." And then we have Cloud, who plays with the TV off half the time, and Hans is like the rock. He's the foundation of the line.
So are you confirming that Hands Like Hans carries Cloud?
I would say I like Hans breaking out the puck to me because Cloud tries to do a cross-ice pass, and it just he's a good field goal kicker. That's all I'm going to say.
That's fair. That's fair. I will say,
He's like Jake Elliott. So yeah,
who's that?
Philadelphia Eagles kicker.
Oh,
Okay,
I don't
go
watch
Birds.
football. I watch hockey, lacrosse.
Yeah, how about those Los Angeles Chargers?
I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. I watched football for like 3 seasons. I followed the Chargers, and then like just when they moved to LA, I stopped caring.
Okay.
But anyways, we're really getting off topic here. Jesse, anything you want to talk about?
Nope. Keep
Huh.
it simple.
We're keeping it simple.
Yep.
All right, Sean, nothing? I mean, it's your first show this season. The floor is yours if you want.
Anything to talk about? No, not really. I mean, no, not really. It's just been people getting banned left and right, and just I think like it's become now everyone's so desperate to like get the advantage that they're just willing to do anything possible to gain an edge. So I mean, it's got to be smart about what you say because I mean they're still getting away with 5-5-5, but we can't say some other things or we get banned for it. I mean, you and Darcy definitely deserve getting banned. I mean, I wasn't there for it, but yeah, you guys definitely deserve getting banned. And I would like to make a special request to get Casey Catbox banned for a week.
Casey calls me a co-core every day, and he doesn't get chatbox banned.
Oh, we should have an ethics review on this. But
we
anyway.
really should add Blindsy to our team chat. Maybe he can get it a little more ethical in there.
Okay, moving on.
All right, let's move on to the actual league stuff. We're gonna do typical stuff, cover the forwards and the D-men and the goalies, who did good, who did bad. But we added a little twist this week. Since Sean is on Rink Talk, we all picked a team that we want to talk about. We want to do our music power rankings, basically, Sean's music power rankings. But we each picked a team. Sean and I picked the 2 top teams, right, from last week.
Yeah, I mean, 2 teams went 9-0, so it's kind of hard to pick one top team without being called biased. So,
right. So we each picked a top team, and then Jesse took the honors of picking the crap team.
Yeah.
And so, Jesse, why don't you lead us off with your song of the week and for what team and why?
Okay, so the song we're gonna do is "Sugar We're Going Down" by Fall Out Boy. Okay. Team going to use this week, just because of the week they had, is going to be Tucson. They have a very good roster, but just they had an abysmal week. I mean, they lost 9-1 to Cleveland. They lost to Ontario when Buck was in net. They lost to San Jose Barracuda. I'm pretty sure that's another bottom team. They lost to Bakersfield. They got shut out. And then their only wins are against Colorado, which was a pretty good win, 7-0, and Rockford. But besides that, not looking good for the week.
I'm kidding. Poor
9-1, unreal to Cleveland.
Jesus. All right. Isn't Cleveland Lazy Kids and GA's team?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Lazy Kid probably doesn't even live in Georgia.
What? Oh damn! And Cleveland's last in that division too. That's crazy. I didn't even realize that. Damn. All right, so that's deserving. I'll call that deserving for sure. Sean, do you want to go ahead and do yours, Sean? Go ahead.
All right, we'll do mine. I obviously picked my own team because I can't think of anything else, and I like to be biased. I picked Hot, Hot, Hot by Buster Poindexter. It's kind of like that salsa music, or it's defined as calypso, so be politically correct here. But yeah, we went 9-0. We best team in the league, 22-5. So yeah, we're on a really hot streak. Now me saying that I think we're just going to go 0-9 next week, and Dangs is going to go in a hole because Brody's going to yell at him. But anyway, yeah, 9-0. Hot 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 by Buster Poindexter. We're going to have these songs under the video so you can listen to them if you'd like.
Yes, somebody will have to post mine for me because I like to run my mouth, but they will be there. Sean, I'll probably just have you input the videos because you know how to do all that. Anyways, my team and song. Shit, I closed the fucking. I know the name of the song. My team, sorry, is the San Diego GAHLs, obviously the only other team that went 9-0 this week. They bounced back from last week after going 3-6. Went 9-0. They beat everybody they played, including Ontario, Bakersfield, Rockford. Huge win against Grand Rapids 7-2. They stomped San Jose 6-1. They beat Colorado, Iowa, Stockton 4-1, and Manitoba 2-1. So a 9-0 week for them. They the song that I picked is "I Ran" by A Flock of Seagulls because I'm just not creative at all. But they're also starting to run away with that division. They got a 5-point lead now with the 10-game win streak that they're currently on. That's the highest point lead for the division other than us in the Eastern Atlantic. So maybe they start to run away with it. We've noticed the past few seasons, Western Pacific has always been the same 4 teams kind of at the top. But if they can start to pull away, maybe it'll be a nice change from past seasons. Only time will tell. So as Sean mentioned, the videos or the songs will be below, so we can, or you can, click the songs and listen to them after you watch our lovely show. Moving on to our next segment, we're going to do our usual top forwards, top D, as we talked about earlier. Jesse, do you want to lead us off with your top forward?
Of course I will. Okay, so to continue on with what you were saying, I'm going to pick a forward right from San Diego, a team who went 9-0 as well. Forward by the name of Booker Woo. He went 3-0. He had 4 goals and 9 assists with a excuse me, +10 rating, and he only had 8 takeaway giveaways, a -8 for the week. I like that as a forward. Not many giveaways, and if he has given away, he's got some takeaways to back it up. He had 5 takeaways in 2 of his 3 games, which is pretty impressive for a left winger. I do like that a lot.
That's fair. Sean, who do you got?
I am unoriginal and actually picked a guy from the same team for this week. I picked A. Banksy from the San Diego GAHLs, center. Did go 3-0 on the week, 14 points. He had 8 goals, 6 assists, +10 shot. Basically, every 2 out of 3 shots he had, he scored. That's pretty damn impressive. He had 20 giveaways and actually 14 takeaways, so you know he's responsible for the puck. It's pretty damn impressive for a forward. He did go 48, roughly about 48 out of, I think, 87 on faceoffs. So, I mean, that's actually really good as well. He beat Rockford, Grand Rapids, and San Jose. I mean, the strength of the schedule wasn't, the greatest, but I mean, pretty much putting almost 5 points a game for a week and actually doing it all across the board, doing 5, 5, and 4 is actually quite remarkable. And he gets my forward of the week.
All right. I'm also unoriginal. I didn't pick from the same team as you guys, but I feel like we really need Dave here because he always picks, like the kind of off the wall pick, a guy who did kind of well on a bad team. But I picked none other than the guy who carries me defensively, Jesse Smitter, as my forward of the week. He had 13 points, going 3-0 with 5 goals, 8 assists, +7. A 56.3% face-off percentage, and only 23 giveaways in his 3 games with 10 takeaways. He probably had more takeaways than me this week. I couldn't tell you, but yeah, he probably had less giveaways too. That's probably a fairly accurate statement. But great week, Jesse. I know you're here, so you don't have to watch the show, but good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moving on, I'm going to highlight my my D-man. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear Cassie, but she's howling upstairs.
Heard that.
My D-man for this week is Spaceless Spark. He went 3-0 this week. He beat Grand Rapids, Tucson, and Stockton. I know we highlighted Tucson as being a bad team earlier in the week, but they were in a playoff spot going into the beginning of this week, and fell out of one, obviously, with that what did you say it was, 2-7 record, Jesse?
Yes. Yep.
So they were doing all right. So I wanted to talk about Spaceless Spark. He was 3-2-1 before the season, or before the week started. But this week he had 5 points and a +6, and he beat the 3 teams we mentioned before. He only had 3 takeaways, but he had very few giveaways as well. He had 4 + 2 + 3 is what? Somebody math for me. 4 + 2, 3, 9. Yeah, 9 giveaways. So all in all, good week from Spaceless Spark, who really helped keep San Jose in that playoff race. They're a point behind Stockton and 2 points up on Tucson right now. So hopefully they can sneak into that 4th spot and take or challenge Stockton for a playoff spot. Sean, what do you got?
For my best defenseman, I actually picked the Bog. Hopefully this adds to our invincible status. So,
God, stop! You're like, okay, go ahead.
Really beating the hammer on the head just to make it known to MJ23 Cash. That using the issue, but I picked Hammy X27 from the Syracuse Crunch. He seems to be the rock that's kind of holding the team together. I mean, he's 8-2 on the season, +22. It's pretty impressive. They did play a 10-game week this week, so he went 4-0, +12. He had 5 points, but I mean, 4-0 +12. He's doing a job defensively. And he did have a -16 giveaway takeaway ratio, but he's more of an offensive defenseman. So if you're putting up wins and somewhat points, I think you kind of deserve to turn over the puck, kind of, just as long as the puck's being out of their own net. But yeah, he went 4-0 in the season. He's having a good season. I mean, he's definitely living up to his contract. If he's cheaper, I'd love to have him on Providence, but
Yeah, I absolutely love him. He's a great defenseman. I agree. I've said multiple good things about him in the past. He actually messaged me today. He was trying to watch the show live, but obviously we don't record live, so that was not an option for him. But other than that, Jesus, Jesse, you didn't do yours yet, right? Go ahead.
Nope. Okay, for my D-man of the week, I'm going to be very unoriginal as well, and I'm going to go with, I believe, is Hammy's D partner. I did not do the research for that, but I believe it was. He also was a +12. His gamer tag is Mike Hoagie. 4-0 with the 10-game week. Like I said, the +12. He had 7 assists. His takeaway to giveaway ratio was a -23, but I mean, going 4-0 really backs that up anyway. He had 2 shutouts. He had a shutout win against Springfield, shutout win against Binghamton, and only was on the ice with 3 goals against for the week. Pretty impressive, and only had 2 penalty minutes as well. That D pairing is looking hot.
Yeah.
Probably literally looking hot too. I don't know, but not afraid to say a guy is attractive.
I'd say Hammy's a good-looking guy based on pictures we've seen in the past.
There you go.
I've never seen a picture of Hammy, but I've seen pictures that he acquires, and man.
All right, there's one rule we talk about. We don't talk about that.
Number one rule about Fight Club: don't talk about Fight Club.
We don't talk about our extracurricular activities. Because Skid Marky will come down on you, even though you're the group creator. So it's like,
no, Skid Marky is the group creator.
Oh, all right, then he'll come down on you. So,
but regardless, geez, I'm looking at the stats for D-men this week, and Sean, I know you mentioned it. That Hammy's more an offensive guy. Fuck, I got something in my throat right now. But Hammy's more of an offensive guy, and he gives the puck away a lot. But Jesus Christ, I had just as many giveaways as him in one less game, so I wonder I lead the league.
What were your giveaway takeaway stats? Just so I can compare to mine.
I had 30 giveaways and 9 takeaways.
Yep. So I had less giveaways and one more takeaway. Yikes.
Don't worry, I lead the team in giveaways, so don't feel bad. I mean, I checked to see how I ranked in giveaways in the entire league. Someone has 180 giveaways already, so yeah, that is jumps x 66. So I don't feel as bad now.
That's pretty bad. All right, well, let's move on. Man, shit, what are we doing? Fuck.
Best goalie.
I just totally lost train of thought. Yeah, Sean, why don't you lead us off for best goalie?
Best goalie. This is really a shocker pick here. We're going with Darcy Kemper as our goalie. I mean, he seems to play better when he's drunk. I mean, looking back earlier in the season, I played in the game with him where he lost 8-5, and his goals against average is 1.89 and almost an 84 save percentage. So that's pretty damn impressive, for a goalie to come out and, bounce back from that. He's 6-0 in the week. I mean, I played, I think, maybe 3 games with him this week. I think. No, 2 games with him this week. Played against POTUS. An 87.8 save percentage. He had only 1 shutout in the week, but I mean, he only let in pretty much 9 goals in the week. 1.46 goals against. He's been outstanding this week. I mean, I'm certainly glad we paid the salary on him because, I mean, he keeps us in games that we shouldn't even have no business being in. So he's my goalie of the week.
Let the record show. I mean, you know, Sean. Chris asked me my opinion on trading for a 4.25 mil goalie, and I thought he was completely out of his fucking mind. But Darcy's been incredible this season. I mean, I can't say enough good things about him.
Worth every penny.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he makes it look like I know what I'm doing defensively, even though, well, the stats do. But
I know he's been a huge part of my 7-2 record. So
yeah, he's incredible. He's an incredible goalie. He definitely deserves recognition. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my goalie, and that would be Frisky Beaver of the Milwaukee Admirals, who went 6-0 this week. Or wow, I'm sorry, 5-1. He did have 14 goals against this week, but he faced the most shots. You're tied for the most shots against with Ontario Reigns goalie Cheetalo. But Frisky Beaver had an 86.5 save percentage, a 2.32 goals against average, and a shutout. He did play against Texas, and he won 1-0. He beat Chicago 5-4, Stockton 3-2, lost to Rockford, and beat Colorado 3-1. And his shutout was against Texas, Jesus, and he beat Cleveland 5-3. So all in all, a good week. Helps solidify Milwaukee's playoff spot in the Western Central. They're sitting at 35 points right now, 2 points behind Rockford. So if you can keep up weeks like that, maybe they'll springboard those guys. We'll see. Jesse, who are you got?
For my goalie of the week, I'm going to go a little off the rails, you'd say. I'm going to choose a living pylon on Hershey. This gentleman went only 2-2 on the week, but the reason I picked him is because he's only allowed 16 goals all season and 10 games as a goalie. This week he had losses to WBS and Utica. Both are arguably top teams, so you can't really fault him there. But there's low-scoring games. He allowed 3 goals in each. And then he had a shutout against Belleville. That's a given. And then he only allowed 1 goal against Springfield. But, again, I mean, the guy's allowed 16 goals all season in 10 games. That's pretty fucking impressive.
I really liked your that's a given comment.
I mean,
want that.
I mean, they did make just a couple trades. They brought over, what's his name there, Cadillac Pedo or whatever the fuck people call him. So, I mean, that might help, but defensively, I don't think they're going to.
Yeah. Cadillac Peldo?
Yeah, whatever. Whatever people call them, I don't give a shit.
About Belleville, look out for them. They're actually going to – I think they're going to – they're only 8 points out of the playoff spot in week 3. I think they're going to make a charge. I mean, wickedly has just moist has been like saying the word moist. But
All right,
he basically took over that team, and he's been making trades left and right to improve that team. So look out for them.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, like they're kind of they've struggled to score goals other than Moist Line. I mean, they're not dead last, but they are dead last in goals against average. The first team to allow 100 goals this season. They can shore up their defense and goaltending. I feel like the wins will start to come a little bit more frequently, but really, who knows? But hopefully, the team is in good hands with Wickedly Moist. God, I hate saying that. That is such an awful sentence.
You say Musty Pooter.
God, that's even worse. Anyways,
What the fuck?
who?
Who?
Never mind. We won't go right into it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna start out with my shit forward of the week, and that's none other than my favorite gamer tag in the LGAHL. Most of you may remember this from last season. I just really love talking about this guy, and that's Sloth Climax. He used 3 different builds this week: playmaker, hitting sniper, 2-8 angler, and didn't get a win with any of them. He went 0-2-1, lost in overtime to Hartford, had 0 points. Lost 4-3 to Hershey, had 1 point. Lost 3-1 to Bridgeport, had 1 point. He was -4 on the week. Didn't really have a ton of giveaways, so I kind of feel bad for being rude to him. He actually had only 14 giveaways on the week, so I mean, pretty good week. Can't really fault him in that category, but I mean, you got to score goals. You played right wing and center twice, and just really aren't getting it done. Also, don't use a hitting sniper build as a center. And honestly, I wouldn't recommend a 2-8 angler at center either, but what do I know? I don't play forward. Moving on, Jesse, who do you have?
Okay, so my forward of the week, my bad forward of the week, is going to be none other than right wing on Stockton, Weaves X19. I personally don't know the guy. He has actually playing a pretty good season. He just had a winless week is the only reason I'm picking him. This gentleman went 0-1-2 for the week. Still got his team some points. But again, I mean, with that, he had 5 points, but with that record, I mean, you got to get your team wins even though you're getting them points. I mean, come on.
Oh, that's fair. I appreciate you picking Weaves, by the way, because I'm pretty sure he beat us in an SMP the other night. I'm pretty sure he was on that team that beat us.
Yeah, he might have been, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Sean, who do you have?
Well, get ready for this one. I have a lot to say about this pick. A lot of bad puns and jokes, but you got to get ready for it.
Here we go. All right. Hang on. I'm not ready. Now I'm ready.
All right. From the Trash Can Roadrunners, we have Pardon My Jake. 0-2-1 on the week, 1 point. 1 point. Everybody knows the rules.
Jesus.
To make a Barstool reference there. Some of their content is okay. I mean, others were repulsive and overly frat boyish, if that's the correct term. I do follow, but that's not the point. 0-2-1. He lost 9-1 to Cleveland, who's doing pretty bad. He lost to, I think, Buck it was, 3-2 in overtime. And he lost to Bakersfield 3-0 in overtime. Last time I seen somebody...
How do you lose 3-0 in overtime?
My bad. I'm just really caught up in my rant about this. Last time I seen somebody take somebody else was when KFC's wife found out KFC cheated on her. So really going with these Barstool reference here because, I mean, don't actually name the gamer tag after Barstool Sports is kind of to really evaluate, your decisions. I mean, when I see people wear Barstool merchandise in public, I kind of question it. But 0-2-1 of the week, 1 point. Like I said, 1 point. Everybody knows the rules. -12. Only won 26 faceoffs out of over 81 faceoffs. So I think you should quit. So that's my pick.
Jesus.
Yikes. That's rough.
I'm not sure what was cringier. All your references, Barstool Sports in general, or just pardon my Jake's gamer tag. That's
I mean, it's just cringy all around, so we're gonna have to deal with it.
ultimate cringe. Fuck it. This is the cringe episode.
What do you expect when I'm back?
Sean, I missed you. I wish you would come on more often, but I know you're busy with school.
Well, if we negotiate me just doing best team and worst team songs, I'll think about it. And it gets me out of doing 30 teams a week.
No, that's fine. We can do that.
You can do that. All right.
And you can provide little intakes here and there of comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're better than Dangs. Dangs not allowed on the show. As we mentioned last week, guys, it was Dangs' last show. He's not here anymore. Garis is here to replace him.
Yeah, just like I'm beating him in all categories on the team. So,
Jesus. Including giveaways, though.
oh man, I'd rather lead the team in points. I mean, I'm 7-2. He's in 6-3. So,
Getting bodied. All right.
I have to play with Cloud for Christ's sake.
God damn it.
He knows I'm joking.
No.
Does he, though?
Joking.
Cloud knows I'm joking. Cloud knows my love for him and his love for me.
Did I ask? I don't think so.
I don't think you did, but I don't recall you asking.
All right, Jesse, go ahead and hit us with your shit D-man too.
Okay, so my shit D-man of the week is Mr. Money over on Rochester Gazerk, I believe is how you say it. He went 0-3 first team, -5. Not much more to really say. I mean, -3, he had no points. He may be a defensive D-man, but he lost to Springfield, WBS, and Toronto. Toronto and WBS, two top teams in their respective divisions. But I mean, you got to help your team out. You just got to help. I mean, granted, he doesn't have much help, and he is sitting with a $6.5 million contract, but
that's egregious.
Yeah.
Bad. I like Kazur. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
Sean, I feel like we should do ours together, but I'm gonna go first. What did you call Tucson again? Trash can?
The Trash Can Roadrunners.
Okay, so my pick is from the Trash Can Roadrunners as well. I picked Mr. Caberlet himself. He got really upset after week 1 when he was plus 15 and didn't get a mention on the show. Here's your mention, pal. You were plus 9 from a 10-1 win over Belleville, and then this week you were a -3 with no points. You lost to Grand Rapids 3-2, San Jose 4-3, and San Antonio Rampage 6-4. You only had 8 takeaways on the week. That's less than me, so that's really bad. Only 2 penalty minutes. But, I mean, shit, if you're going to run your mouth, you got to back it up for the entire season. And, unfortunately, you have not done that. I don't think you've had a point since week 1, but oh, you did actually. Week 2, rather. But, regardless, we'll leave that alone. Yeah, you had 1 point in that 10-1 win over Belleville too. That's pretty egregious. So, I mean, I'm done talking about you, but if you're gonna run your mouth and try to call us out for being a plus 15, like that fucking matters or something like that, you better fucking play well the whole season. Cood has not gone.
I feel like I should step in for this.
Go ahead.
Again, from the Trash Can Roadrunners. I'm pretty sure I'm his favorite person. He calls me idiot, moron behind my back, and then doesn't say anything, or doesn't go to us when we specifically ask for people to go to us about certain things. Just keep throwing shade. Mr. Summer Cups himself. We have big save Nabokov. I mean, after the week he's having, he should be called useless defenseman from his old useless goalie gamer tag. He should be called useless defenseman. He's talking trash about how he has a Summer Cup and, missed playoffs last season, and he's pretty much in position to miss playoffs this season if he keeps it up. When two of the best teams in that division moved east. So Yeah, it's big shout out for you. I mean, please don't report me for making fun of you. I don't want to get banned for something stupid. But he did go 0-2-1 in the week, or actually, that's Jake. But I think he did go 0-2-1 in the week. I think he played. Yeah, he went 0-2-1 in the week. 2 points, -11. I mean, you had a +2 giveaway takeaway ratio, but I mean, you're not really doing anything when you lose to San Antonio, Ontario, and Cleveland. So yeah,
Jesus, he lost to the two
you lost those 2 teams that Jake
last
lost.
place teams in their respective divisions. He scrub hunted and failed at it.
All high and mighty. When he won a Summer Cup, but he's kind of fallen from grace ever since. When he plays in 2 consoles, I think he'd get better at some point.
Jesus Christ! All right, Sean.
I mean,
Jesus.
no. One last fact: it's kind of bad for Jake when his defenseman has more points than him. So, yep, huge week by Zaka. So,
huge week.
I'm waiting for the comment. So, yep.
All right. Well, God damn. All right, we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave Tucson alone now, right? Are we done talking about them, poor guys?
If I got goalies to go, you never know.
We can make a whole
fuck.
whole show about
You know
this.
what? Let's get it done. Jesse, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna let someone else do Tucson's goalie if they wish. So
No. It's all
I don't
you.
want to get banned for talking shit on the team too much. So,
my goalie I chose is a good friend of mine, Davos JD. Played 6 games, 2 wins, 4 losses, 21 goals against, 71.2 save percentage, 3.50 goals against. Not terrible goals against. Save percentage definitely needs to be higher. You got to make those saves. But also, I do not believe his team has given him any support. He lost to Toronto 5-2, got shut out by Utica 3-0. Lost to Hartford 3-4, and got shut out by Syracuse 1-0. Definitely not getting the goal support that he should get. It's just not looking good for Binghamton. I really thought that they were going to be a better team than what their record shows. 10-17-1. I really thought that they were going to be a lot better. They looked a lot better on paper.
Yeah, that's the same thing with Binghamton last season, though, too. They looked really good before the season started, and then they just completely fell apart. I don't know
Wonger and the boys, right?
there. Yeah, when Wonger was running the team. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about my
Tucson's goal.
No, I didn't pick Tucson's goal. I don't know if Sean did or not. We'll see.
I can't remember what time.
Yeah, I picked Ontario's goalie, which is kind of cheap of me, but I mentioned them rather earlier in the show how they had the most shots against, with 104 shots against. They went 1-5 on the week, 21 goals allowed on 104 shots with a 79.8 save percentage. Really not a terrible save percentage. So I kind of feel bad for picking you now that I think about it a little bit harder. But I probably could have picked Angry Fawn, who is usually a top goalie and had a 67.4 save percentage and went 1-5. It's a 2-for-1 special today. I mean, both. Chilo just got traded to Stockton today or yesterday. Today. I guess maybe they'll have a bounce back week next week on a better team. But even Stockton has struggled to put together a solid win streak this season, which really surprises me, especially after coming off the Calder Cup. A lot of those guys returning, but maybe Axie was the glue that held the team together. We're looking also at Angry Fawn. Sean, you didn't pick him, right?
No, I picked someone else. You'll see.
Okay, I just want to make sure before I go into this a little bit further. Angry Fawn. Not the type of week we're used to seeing from him. We mentioned him a lot last week as a top goalie. Last season rather, as a top goalie. They last week they went. Angry Fun went 6-0. This week 1-5. He lost 6-0 to Toronto. His only win coming against Charlotte at 3-2. Lost 8-1 to Syracuse, 3-2 to Wilkes-Barre, 5-1 to Springfield, and 6-1 to the Providence Bruins.
Hey, we were in that game.
Were we?
We did. I had 3 goals and 3 assists. Can't believe
that's because you're the best player ever.
defensively.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Sorry, Cassie bit me earlier. Yeah, I feel bad because he faced a lot of shots too, but I mean, nonetheless, you can't have a 67.4 save percentage and expect to win games. So we expect better from you. Let's hope he bounces back next week or not. He's not in. Are they in our division? No, so he's good. Sean, cap us off.
Yeah, for my goalie, I mean, our goalie went undefeated this week, but I mean, just based on who it is, you have to put him as the worst because he is the worst. For my pick for goalie or worst goalie of the week, I have picked the Young Buck from Ontario Reign. He did go 3-0 in the week, but I mean, if a goalie this bad goes 3-0 in the week and posts a 1.89 goals against average and 85.7 save percentage, you're doing something wrong. I mean, he did beat Trash Can, beat Colorado, and he beat San Antonio. He did play 3 games this week, and I don't know how he went undefeated. His first 3 wins came this week. You're doing something wrong if you lose to a Buck and you don't put more than 3 goals in. Based on previous seasons that he had, I tried going for a higher GPA than his goals against. Like, for instance, 3.87 goals against one season, 3.79, 3.62, 3.89. You're doing something wrong if you're losing the Young Buck. So that's my worst goalie of the week. Congrats on the undefeated week, but still bad.
Still trash.
Yeah.
Accurate.
How are you going to be a GM of a team and only play 3 games when you're a goalie? Like, I understand him not playing probably gives his team a better chance of winning.
Obviously not, because the other goalie went 1-5.
Honestly, he used to be good. I don't know what happened. He's kind of don't know. I mean, he was playing in front of Gucci giveaways and and the brochet roll, but
Jesus.
I don't know. Just before Buck says it, we know you got this neat little 1 millisecond monitor. We really don't give a shit. Brody's still going to check you for someone recovering your tag because that's just not right.
Oh, we got to be fair across the board with our punishments in LG.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I got nothing else we want to cover. You guys got anything?
No.
Sean, do you want to give a formal apology to Tuso?
No, I'm standing by what I said, and I feel like if they can take a joke, they can. It's basically just watching Exposed, but kind of a little more harsh. But
yeah, I feel like you'd be a good guest for Exposed. We should talk to Notorious about that.
I don't know. I think Notorious is already talking about my extra chromosomes as we speak.
Oh, Jesus!
Exclamation point, Garis.
Yeah, I love that command. Anyways,
what do you do?
That's all the time we have. We've been on here for quite some time. So I will see you all next week. I appreciate everyone who tuned in and took the time to watch. We'll be back next week. Same crap content, same shitty time. There's a saying like that. What is it? I don't know. Sean, you're usually good.
What was that?
Oh,
same time, same. I don't know. Somebody knows it. Somebody's gonna tell me it in the comments, please.
What word you're
looking
for? I'm distracted there.
It's like a saying. It's like same time, same something.
Same place? I don't know.
No, fuck.
You have a Google right in front of you.
Yeah, that's also accurate.
No. Honestly, for the person that comes up the correct saying that comments under the video below, please leave a comment on the video below. We'll give you a special shout out on Rink Talk next week.
Oh, same time, same bad channel.
God damn it, you.
That's what it was.
Never mind what I said.
I don't want to give someone a special shout out unless they play poorly or bad or whatever.
It's probably going to be our least favorite person who comments too.
Yeah, and I don't want to shout that person out. It's probably going to be somebody like Macros who's really in tune with pop culture and stupid shit like that. And
he really hates us for no reason.
I've never done it. I'm 90% positive that he's the one who reported me and got me CB banned. 95% positive. Because he was like, "Oh, come on, Dunks. I understand, it's kind of true, but you can't say things like that." And I was like, Ain't you? But regardless, if you didn't do it, I kind of feel bad for you calling you out, but I don't. Anyways, all the time we have, same time, same bat channel next week. I will see you all next week, and goodbye.
Bye.